Back here in Indiana, we're getting ready for new restrictions all across the state and right here in the heart of the state in Marion County. This comes as Indiana now seeing the second highest number of no COVID-19 cases. 5,700 new cases today. Yesterday, we saw a record-breaking 6,500.
Now, all of these infections are putting a real squeeze on businesses and our city's ability to host big events, which we do so well. Our Mary Mills on the impact tonight, plus our city's plan to become a basketball bubble.
The Indiana Convention Center hosted several youth basketball tournaments this past summer with all sorts of safety measures in place. It may soon host college basketball bubbles like the NBA used. Bubbles are controlled environments that rely on strict rules and testing. The Indiana Sports Corps is finalizing details. The owner of Tavern on South not sure bubbles will mean a bump in business for restaurants, but also says,
everything helps a little bit. I mean, when you're like, it's not possible to be busy, honestly, downtown.
Meantime, Visit Indy hoping to move forward with other upcoming events here. One is an Irish dance competition expected to draw 2,000 people Thanksgiving weekend, with 500 plus rooms booked at the JW Marriott.
So what traditionally would be a very quiet weekend is actually going to be one of our busiest weekends of the whole year.
2,000 attendees also expected here the following weekend for the International Conference on Missions.
2,000 might not seem like a lot, yet in the realm of what other cities are doing right now, it's a big deal.
Given the new COVID restrictions, both events still need final approval from the health department, but Gall is optimistic.
Based on past events, we know what is working and how to improve those systems moving into the future.
Visit Indy also looking for a boost from the Big Ten football championship at Lucas Oil Stadium in December, even if it's played without fans.
Whether it be the team, the school, the headquarters, the officials, there's still a television broadcast. There's still a lot of room nights that are generated just by having the game itself.
Of course, everything's subject to an approved safety plan.
Marion County schools are switching to virtual learning, some of them as soon as this coming Monday. You know, that order that came from the health department wasn't a surprise to school leaders. They saw the increasing number of COVID cases, the impact on their campuses, and they anticipated a switch to remote learning was ahead. Still, the head of IPS says the source of spreading the virus she doesn't believe is at school.
The reality is that our schools are not in bubbles. They are a part of our community, and when you've seen and as we've experienced the high levels of community spread, there just simply is not a way to protect schools from the impact of what's happening in our community.
IPS students will return to e-learning Monday, November 23rd. All Marion County schools are supposed to make that switch by the next Monday, November 30th.
Indiana lawmakers won't be required to wear face masks even though the pandemic rages across our state. Representative Ed Delaney lost his fight to make them mandatory. A committee voted no. Instead, Delaney said representatives and senators will be strongly encouraged to wear a mask.
I don't want to help create a super spreader event by having the Indiana General Assembly be a super spreader, putting 110 people in a room, a large room, but still a fairly confined space. And the second thing is something I learned from the nuns years ago. I don't want to set a bad example.
Democrat Representative Chris Campbell agreed, saying the decision to not require masks is irresponsible and puts not only lawmakers and the staff attending these meetings at risk, it puts their families and everyone in their communities at risk when they return. The House and Senate are both looking for more room. That way, lawmakers, staffers, and visitors are socially distant.